Hey everyone, Carrie here. Uh, I just had a, I actually just had a decent conversation about medical cannabis as part of a webinar that I just did, which I was really happy about. But there's been somebody who's been contacting me via social media who I haven't really responded yet. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to respond. That asked me this question right here that's on your screen, and that's how did you make your autism go away? Uh, I, you, there's so much at times being a public speaker and having the following that I do. Sometimes I've received some of the most outrageous comments. Um, for people at home who are just new to my Facebook page, I was diagnosed with autism. I was 4, and I started speaking in complete sentences when I was 7. I was nonverbal until I was 2.5. And growing up, I had a ton of sensory challenges. So my autism was very visible to people. But just because I'm an adult does not mean I've outgrown my autism or that my autism went away. Autism is going to be something I have for my entire life. Now, definitely some characteristics I've improved on, but it it gets so frustrating. And I was thinking about this kind of like in the middle of my presentation tonight on medical cannabis, and I don't know why I was thinking about this when I was giving a talk about medical cannabis, but it was just so. These are the comments that make it hard sometimes in our autism community. I feel like because there's so much ignorance, sometimes there's a lack of education. It really can make me go crazy. And we have a few people who are already writing in saying hi and talking about good job, Carrie. Please don't understand this. People don't understand this about autism and think you can be recovered. Yeah, it's so frustrating, Brett. I have to tell you. And sometimes I wish it would get a little easier. Again, I have, on average, every month I receive just a little over 200 comments and questions from our autism community. So, and some of them are really great questions. Some of them are really amazing comments. And I get a lot of love from a bunch of you within the community, which is also great. But then there's some others that like this one, how did you make your autism go away? Which just, I, especially in our entertainment industry, I feel like we see so many individuals who are like, have jobs, going to college. That's another thing with the entertainment industry. We don't show enough sides of the spectrum, and that's for sure. But even in the way that autism is portrayed in our society, I feel like people should make this a lot less challenging. Anyways, I want to just come on though and do tell all of you that I had a really, really amazing webinar tonight. In the description, I'm leaving a link if anyone would want to check that out. It's just bit.ly/question for Carrie. Definitely let me know. Because medical cannabis is very up and coming. We were talking tonight on the webinar about how medical cannabis, the first state that actually considered autism as a condition was Delaware in 2015, which was really interesting. For some reason, I thought medical cannabis, and especially in terms of autism, was much. It was much earlier than 2015. It's still shocking that it's only considered a condition for medical cannabis in 14 states, and only 35 have medical cannabis today. So really, really interesting stuff. I was really glad to have the opportunity to give that webinar. I'm giving another webinar next week, Wednesday, the 24th at 7 p.m. on ABA therapy. So I don't know if anyone saw the post I did. There was a lot of comments on that post. There was over 150 comments, I think. debating whether or not ABA is working, whether ABA is not working. And I will say that what I'm really excited about is in my presentation next Wednesday, I'm going to be sharing the quotes from several actually autistic people, such as myself, who have experienced ABA firsthand and what their perspectives are, to have a really well-rounded perspective. So I'm really, really excited about that webinar. We have a few people writing in. I have my Brett, thank you for being willing to tackle these controversial topics at any time. Mel writes, I have my son's CBD oil, which has been working great with him. Oh, awesome. Mel, I wish I saw you tonight at the webinar. That would have been fun to have your perspective. We had a mom who grows her own, who was actually there, who started a 501c3. So really just amazing group of individuals we got the opportunity to chat with tonight. Janine writes, my daughter just started ABA. I have no idea what to expect, but praying it helps. Yeah, Janine, definitely check out the webinar that I'm doing next Wednesday. It's just like if you scroll down on my Facebook page, Carrie's Autism Journey, it's like the second link down. I'm really excited about that one. Knowing so many BCBAs who are in the field and being able to do a lot of my own research and also getting to hear from the perspectives of actually autistic adults, I'm really excited about that presentation as well. Yeah, Natalie, that would be great if you would like to join us. Yeah, Kate, as far as ABA, I think it depends on the person. Absolutely, 100%. That's my phone going off telling me that we're going to get snow. By the way, for everyone, how is everyone doing right now with all the snow? So that brings me up to a really good point that I wanted to talk to you all about tonight. So was anyone looking forward to our Facebook Live last night with Morniki? Talking about autistic girls in the Black community? I know I was. Unfortunately, she is under snow in Texas and her power went out, and they are probably not going to have power until tomorrow. So we pushed her Facebook Live back to Sunday at 6 p.m. So I hope you all can still attend. But again, I feel like there's so many people who are under snow anyway, whose power is lost. So they're probably not even getting the opportunity to really check out these Facebook Lives anyway. So, oh, interesting. Oh, no, Kate, I'm so happy to catch you live, Carrie. I'm in Massachusetts, and we've got 3 feet here and an ice storm right now. Oh, no. I have family in Massachusetts. Oh, boy. That's no fun. We're getting snow here in New Jersey on Thursday, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, for everyone watching at home, what is one of the most outrageous comments you have received about a loved one, such as the one below on how did you make your autism go away? I would be really, really curious about your perspective. Because yeah, this one was quite recently. This one is still getting hit in my DMs and my Instagram, and it just bothers me. I you know, because especially how much we know about autism and invisible disabilities within our community, it's like the whole invisible disability. I still get the that you can cure it. Mine is oh goodness, these are some good ones. Oh, God, that you can cure it. Hey, Julie. Jen, mine is always he doesn't look autistic. I love that one. Personal favorite. Yeah, Paige, didn't you hear you could spank the autism out of your kids? Yeah, it's true. That goes on the same line as people who say that autism is caused by bad parenting, which How? It's just that doesn't make any sense. It literally makes no sense in the world. Uh, yeah, Julie, just like you said, yeah, that you can beat it out of them. Uh, don't worry, he'll eat when he's hungry. Yeah, Kate, I don't know if you've seen my webinar I've done on eating challenges. So the name of that webinar is when people say your child will eat when they're hungry. If that was the case, no, it's like they won't eat when they're hungry. They'll starve themselves. I know I did that when I was a kid. Oh, goodness. She doesn't look autistic. Oh, boy. Can't you control your kid is another big one. Sarah, I would be curious. You're talking about, but he's so social. Does he get the, oh, he's too handsome to be autistic. I get that all the time. And that one is quite annoying, quite annoying. Oh, yes, Blair. I hate the spanking comments, Drew. They are truly, truly horrible. He has language. They must have, yeah. Oh, God. So I get so mad when people say, don't spoil him. No, he won't. Get it all the time. My son, oh, my God. Oh, geez. Anyways. Yeah. So, anyways, I just wanted to come on for a few minutes and just talk to all of you because it can be very, very frustrating when these comments come about. But, anyways, how's everyone else night going? I was really excited about the turnout for tonight's webinar. Next webinar, we have the same amount of people who are signed up for the ABA one, which I'm really happy about. People don't really understand why I didn't receive ABA. So being diagnosed in 1992 with autism, nobody would ever talk about ABA therapy. It simply in my area, it was just never talked about. And like by the time the mid 90s to late 90s came around, that's when I started hearing more about ABA therapy. I had no idea what it meant, but it's like the first time I was actually hearing about ABA and just some of the kids in my classes getting ABA as well. So I'm really excited about that webinar. Oh, Janine, I appreciate the feedback. I really do. So Janine, this page is a part of my nonprofit. So we give out scholarships for students with autism go to college. We do self-advocate videos like the one we were going to do last night with Mornicky. Unfortunately, got delayed because of the snow. Carolyn, I'm doing great. How are you doing? Oh, Mel, speaking of eating, how do I get my son to broaden his food consumption? Yeah, Mel, what I'll do is I'll include a link in the comments of this. So if you want to check out my eating challenges webinar, definitely I think would be helpful as a whole because it talks about textural issues and it talks a little bit about a wide range of topics that come up when it comes to eating. So I'll definitely include a link to that in the comments if you would think that would be helpful. Hey, Liam, how you doing? Chantel has a son on the autism spectrum and said, can you say hi to my son? Absolutely. So one of the videos we did, one of the first self-advocate videos we ever did, which was years ago now, was with he was 8 years old at the time, and his name was Liam. And he simply wanted the world to know that sometimes because of having autism, it's hard to connect, and sometimes it's hard to make friends. But he wanted to share his story, and it was really great. It's really, really well done. now he's a teenager, and now I feel old. Yeah, Shawnee writes, ABA is parent involvement. If you have two parents in the home and one's not doing it, it will not work. Yeah, Shawnee, yes and no. I know a few single parents who raise their children and have ABA that works. So, but again, I know what you're saying, that just having the whole dynamic. But yeah, I think ABA overall, it's like we need to have larger conversations about whether or not it will work for some individuals in our community. Elizabeth writes, can I ask why you support Autism Speaks as an autistic advocate? The news surprises me. Yeah, Elizabeth, I haven't been working with Autism Speaks for 3 years now, three and a half years now. Brett writes, you are so right with that. I do well with basic social interactions, but making friendships go more than service deep is where I have challenges because I don't know what they really want. Yeah, Brett, that is sometimes challenging. I do see that problem because when it comes to friendships, I think it's really important that we need to talk to our schools about encouraging social skills. Because I see social skills fall through the cracks a lot in K through 12. So we need to encourage our educators to educate our kids on what a friend is, what a bully is, so they have a better understanding. So once they get older, and hopefully they build a little bit on their communication and social abilities, they'll be able to navigate friendships, and then later down the line, hopefully relationships. Just out of curiosity, did anyone see the post I wrote over the weekend? I wrote a love letter to my future wife from your autistic husband on Valentine's Day. I posted, and then yesterday for Singles Awareness Day, the day after Valentine's Day, I posted a post about how there was this whole this question I get a lot is, how do I get my autistic child to get interested in dating? I want them to have a relationship. And I talked about how Temple Grandin, one of the leading autism advocates, doesn't see the need for a romantic partner. Her love of her life is her interest. And I think that's something that we could all just take a minute to think about. It's like our success is not predicated by a relationship status. Stephanie writes, Carrie, I really love your talks. Thanks, Stephanie. I appreciate that. Oh, thanks, Brett. I appreciate the words on the letter. Carolyn writes, my mother has always been there for me since I was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome. I took social skills in 9th through 12th grade. Carolyn, that's great because so many people don't even offer social skills as a specific class. So many K through 12 schools, they just don't. So it's really great that you had that opportunity. Anyways, I was going to make this short tonight, but it was just in my head. Wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about that as well. And just the comment that I keep receiving, it's popped up in my Instagram DMs 3 or 4 times now. But I will leave you all with just some final thoughts. Our next Facebook Live is going to be on Sunday with Morniki, talking about autistic girls in the Black community. And then the following Wednesday, we'll also be doing a conversation about ABA therapy. So if you are interested in either of those things, definitely stay involved on our Facebook page. Definitely like our Facebook page and encourage your friends to like our Facebook page as well. And in addition to that, if any of you were interested in any of the webinars I was just mentioning, so I'm going to be posting the recording from the medical cannabis webinar. So if you click on the link bit.ly/question for Carrie, I'll make sure to send you, whether it's the webinar on medical cannabis, the webinar on ABA therapy, or simply any of the webinars we talked about. The eating challenges one I know came up once or twice. We've also done one, Carolyn, on social skills. So definitely be more than happy to send you guys the links for that. But anyways, I hope you guys have a great rest of the night, and snow is not bothering hopefully too many of you right now. Talk soon all.